Listen, before you watch this video, I need you to like and subscribe, man. The goal is to get as many college coaches to this platform as possible to get these kids scholarships. So in order to do that, I need you to like and subscribe to this video and even share it.
What up? What up? What up? It is top of the morning. Hold up. Let me fix my camera because your boy is cut all the way off. Jesus Christ. There we go. A little better. Got to fix this design. I'm going to cut my head off, man. Top of the morning, man. Top of the morning. Y'all, I'm working, trying to fix my camera. I ain't knowing my overlay was going to be cutting my head off. There it is. We good now. We good. What up? What up, man? Top of the morning. It's Tuesday, every Tuesday and Thursday. Y'all know how we coming, man. Different topics. Topic is hooping ain't hard anymore. The basic concept of this, is it harder to make it to college for basketball or is it harder for football? Yeah, me and one of my guys, one of the guests that's gonna come on this morning, we had like a barbershop talk and we was just talking like at the end of the day, like, and we broke it down. We went and did some research and everything. So it's gonna be interesting once they get on. But yeah, man, IMCOMING University. If you got some girls that want to get exposure every month, all year round, constantly, no matter what time of the year it is, whether it's dead period, shut down, IMCOMING University, man, is a platform to where you can get your child seen by college coaches every month, man. It's the real deal. Yeah. So all of the information is in the description. All the information is in the description. My website, my Instagram, DM University to my Instagram, book a call on my website, and I'll talk to you, explain everything easy. Maybe one of the easiest process for the parents. Make it easy and get the most from it. You know what I'm saying? Return on investment. That's what big word, big word, big words. But yeah, man, what's y'all thoughts in the comments, man? Do y'all think it's easier to get to school for basketball, or do y'all think it's easier to get to school for football? In today's age, like what y'all think? What y'all thoughts in the comments while I wait on the guest? Let me see. Texting them right now. All righty. But yeah, man, what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts, man? I'm curious to know. Curious to know y'all thoughts. Comment, drop your thoughts. Drop your thoughts. Drop your thoughts. Top of the morning, man. Hey, I am live streaming like 6 games this weekend. So if you want to tune into some basketball action, if you ain't in town or anything like that, September 6th, She's Like That showcase. Listen, it's gonna be a movie. Trey Wade is in the end. What up, boy?
Good morning.
Boy,
Good
it's dark
morning.
over there.
I know I painted my walls back. I supposed to have this light
Oh,
up. Can you see me though?
okay. Yeah,
I
I can see
supposed to
you.
have this
I
light
can
up.
see.
But these motherfuckers make you run off the remote. And you know me, I'm gonna lose every remote.
Oh, you got the LED lights or something?
Yeah, this a LED light.
Okay. How you feeling
You
though?
can see me. I'm doing
Yeah, I can
good,
see.
bro.
It's just dark. Like it's just dark. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
By
dark.
Thursday, I'll find that remote.
Oh, find the remote. Yeah.
I'm
How
pretty
everything been
soon.
going though?
Man, everything been good, man. Healthy,
Yeah.
alive, grateful.
Yeah.
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 What about you?
Still chilling, man. Getting ready for this event, boy.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say, man. How can I get some tickets before y'all start selling for $100?
Just pull up. You can pull up. Pull
They
up.
said y'all selling. They said the tickets $100 for adults, $50 for kids.
Come on, man. You know I ain't listen. I'm far from that. I ain't even on that type of time.
Nah, I'm just
Listen,
fucking.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm out of there. I like my
Nah,
thing is if I do dive into events, bro. Like at the end of the day, yes, you want to make a profit, but bro, it's like a limit, bro. Like for me, like it's like a limit, bro. Like at the end of the day, I want more people in my event. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to scare people at my event. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Nah. Hey, your shit popping though. That shit that shit gonna be popping.
yeah. So that's my whole motto. Like, motherfucker, I'm trying to create movies. If you listen, I'm trying to create movies, dog. I'm trying to like, oh yeah, we got to come back to this next year. You know what I'm saying? So the only part I don't like, bro, is the scheduling, bro. I hate that part. I just hate the scheduling part.
You doing a scheduler?
Yeah, I did the scheduling. So I did it 2 years in a row. I won't do it next year.
Yeah.
I
You know,
won't do it
most
next
people pay somebody to do it.
That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna
Yeah.
do. That's exactly what I'm gonna do, boy. I don't fool with that. I ain't fooling with that schedule no more.
Yeah.
I ain't fooling with that schedule no more. How your training going, man?
It's good, man. I got a whole new group of kids,
Yeah.
remember I was saying, whole new group of kids.
Yep.
So we're building up different demographic for sure. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, hardest thing about it is uh not seeing that talent no more. That
Appreciate you.
Yeah, the hardest thing not seeing that talent and just actually focus on like actually building the talent again, like from zero.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got different
I
types of.
think that's your golden ticket though, bro. Like, cause you gotta think, like, I remember when you was telling me, we waiting on somebody to get in to kind of go into the topic, but like we just kind of talking shop. But I remember when you was telling me like that's your like you got so many your hands, like you got so many kids out here that you done touched at an
Yeah,
early age that's really doing their thing. So
yeah, a lot of them
um
gonna be at your event for sure. That's why I said I gotta go.
yeah,
Yeah, a lot of
like
them gonna be there playing.
is what's the name playing with HSAA?
Sage,
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Oh, okay.
She been practicing with them, so
Okay. Hmm.
yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, that's gonna be dope if she is though. That's gonna be dope.
yeah.
That's gonna
You
be
know,
dope. And I
if
got them lined up against some team too. Yeah, so
yeah, if it was up to me, she would definitely be playing. You know,
got you.
she would definitely be out there. But
Yeah, for
I
sure, for sure.
ain't really talked to them in a minute.
Got you. Got
But
you.
other than that, how everything been going? Other than the event, that's taking
Going
up all your
good.
time.
Good, man. Like I said, training, of course. Still training. Ryan picked up a new client. So other than that, like shit, finally got my car back on the road. So yeah,
Yep,
finally got my car back on the road. Boy was riding the bus around town, boy.
that boy back mobile.
Listen, man.
Hey, but
But
with that shit, you get a lot more work done, huh?
nah, bro. Crazy. Bro, it was like a blessing in the sky, like being able just to sit, like not being able to move so much just because of, and I was like, I
Yeah,
got a lot of stuff like prepared for this year and all this stuff, like just planning for the most
yeah,
part. So it was like, it was super dope. It was like looking back on it, it was like probably one of the biggest blessings to get prepared for this year. So
yeah.
yeah, the school season I would say, but yeah, it was definitely a blessing for sure.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man. Today's topic is basically we talking about, is it harder to get to school for football or is it harder to get to school for basketball? What's your thoughts on that?
Man, it's always been harder for basketball.
You
It's
think so?
always been you gotta think just off the numbers game, you only got a certain amount of numbers that can go play for basketball on a basketball team. But football, you got so many positions, you can switch your position. Like I could go play football and be an outside linebacker my whole high school career. And then they could come recruit me and be like, hey, we want you as a middle linebacker, or
Mm-hmm.
we want you as a DN. Like you can switch, or a receiver can. Who was that? They used to play quarterback. Then he got to the TCU and they made him play receiver. Like it's just like you can switch your positions in football and you can learn it pretty quick.
Yeah. So
Basketball,
I think
nah, it's hard.
But you gotta think, bro. So I'm about to give you some numbers. So I was me and my one of my guys, I don't know where he supposed to be hopping on. But
Is he on vacation?
yeah, boy, enjoying his best life over there, boy.
His best life.
Hey, he still be posting though. He
Yeah.
still be posting. Let me see. Hold on. Dang it. Tripping. Here we go. So I had looked it up, right? So as of 24-25 season, 650 college programs, right? College football programs. That's NCAA, NAIA, and junior college. 250 FBC, FBS, and FCS. 255 teams. Division 2, you got 166. Division 3, you got 240. NAIA, you got 95, and then JUCO, you got 65. So roughly around 660 plus teams. Then for basketball, you got how many total? Guess how many basketball? Just guess.
Colleges in total?
Yeah.
If football is 600, I'm gonna say 200.
For basketball?
Yeah.
Boy, 2,000.
Wow. Wow.
And that's just men's. 2,000
For basketball.
for basketball.
Wow.
2,000, bro. So breakdown. Division 1, you got 351. Division 2, you got 300. Division 3, you got 430. That's crazy.
Where coming from?
NAIA, you got 250. JUCO, you got 430. And then others like USCAA, NCCAA, and CCCAA, etc. You got 200 combined. So, yeah.
Well, that's basically what, small divisions? The last
Talking about the last ones I just read?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a Dallas Christian College. They NCCAA. They NCAA school. So
okay.
It's like,
no, that makes sense.
Oh, there you go. There we go. What up, Coach?
Man, what's going on? How you feeling today, man?
Nothing much, man. Yes, sir, man. We got
Good
Coach
morning,
Thomas, head coach at Denton High School. We had barbershop talk early on this week, man. Really kind of just we had brought it up. Where about? Hold up. There we go. Had to get the camera. But we talking about the scholarships and stuff like that. And he broke it down to me. And I was like, that's interesting. So I just got done talking to Trey about the numbers. It's 660 football teams and it's 2,000 basketball. So the question is it harder to make it in football or is it harder to make it in basketball? And he broke it down to me as in, man, scratch all that. Hold on. Before we really dive in, introduce yourself, man. Introduce yourself. Who is Mike Thomas?
Man, Mike Thomas, hard worker. Just kind of started from the bottom. Air Force veteran. Here currently at Denton High School. Been here 3 years. Kind of started from the bottom. Team came in with 3 wins. We've been 20-win season ever since I've been here. Went to the Sweet 16 last year, first time in 40 years. Been state champion, regional champion, coach of the year 7 times, 245 wins under my belt. So it's just, just a growth mindset, 1% better every day, but always trying to, push the limits on different narratives. And like you said, we're doing some barbershop talk and, always trying to soar with eagles and sharpen my blade because iron sharpens iron. So I'm always trying to get better. And so this topic came up and, just kind of want to get with you and your audience and try to change the narrative a little bit and people.
Got you. So So we already got a comment. Somebody said it's definitely harder to go for basketball. So,
Look,
so Trey said football, but what's your thoughts?
I mean, my thoughts are so football has more numbers. Numbers don't lie.
Right.
They have what 22 positions, 22 positions on the field. So
Right.
they have 85 scholarships total. But there are more basketball schools in America than football schools. As you just said, you kind of threw out some numbers, but there's JUCO alone has like quadruple the number of football schools in JUCO.
Fact.
It does. And now with JUCO, have NCAA passing that law that JUCO is basically a prep school. I mean, it's even the numbers are even more done. But what I love, what I got to see, when football coaches ask for basketball players, they're skilled players.
Mm-hmm.
They don't ask football. They're not coming to basketball. The players that come to football are skilled guys.
Right.
So if a football coach comes and watch a basketball kid, what are they asking them to be? Like, what are your thoughts? What is a basketball player? What position can they play in football? A good basketball player.
Most of the time they go like for tight end or like DB or like those skill positions. Like most of the football players basketball players that have done good play that tight end position. Because they're big, like the big,
DB.
Yeah.
Receiver. So there we go. So I like it. So you answered the question. So receivers, DBs. Now let's go on some more numbers for you. Last year, there were 125, less than 3% of receivers that came out of high school to college. Now, Google it. You can Google your phones. Everybody's listening. Now, those receivers that play basketball, those skill positions that we just talked about, there were over 3,000 out of high school that got scholarships.
Wait, say it one more time.
There were 100. There were less than 125 receivers and tight ends that got scholarship to Division I programs, college programs. There were over 3,000 basketball players that played a forward, because those receivers are normally forwards.
Right.
Correct.
Yep.
Look up forwards. Google this right now. Get your brain. Google this right now. How many forwards received basketball scholarships last year?
How many forwards?
Does that make them? They don't make them receivers.
No, I got you. I was just saying the skill position. So normally the basketball players, they go football. Like we're talking about basketball and football, the sports that we share. The kids who go over there are not kickers. They're not special teams. The majority. Not saying everybody, but everybody's not an offense. We don't have any offensive linemen playing basketball, getting up and down the court.
Right. True.
Different type of build. Like, we just different. So like you just said, when I asked the question, it's normally tight ends, receivers. They're not going to be a quarterback.
Right.
That's just pretty tough to be. I mean, I think the last one to do that was Charlie Ward.
Right.
Which is really difficult. We don't have those Deion Sanders, Bo Jackson anymore.
Right.
People that's coming into high school in this sport, those kids that go over football are normally a skilled player, wide receiver type. When you look at the numbers on that position and forwards that those kids play, the percentage is higher for basketball scholarships than receivers, because colleges are only taking 2 receivers each year.
Because you gotta stay in school. I mean, because everybody not going pro, right? So you gotta stay in school at least those 4 years in football. You know what I'm saying, or 3.5 to graduate, whatever the case may be. Basketball, you can necessarily go to a JUCO and you could be done in those 2 years, or you could transfer and go to another school
and still have your years now with the rules.
Right.
So but look at the numbers. Last year, the skill position that we're talking about, receivers, tight end, it was less than 125 that got scholarships out of high school. But there were 3,000.
But that's why I was saying. So you grow up playing football. Let's say I grew up playing receiver, right? And I'm playing receiver. And TCU recruit me. So they recruit me, and I'm playing receiver at high school. Most of the time, they get recruited and they go put them as tight end, or they go put them on the defensive side, or they go put them on another position other than the position. It's a lot of football players. That's why people say it's easier to make football, because I could be playing outside linebacker for 4 years straight in high school, but a college will recruit me to go play middle linebacker or
Mhm.
DN or things
Yeah.
like that. So I always
Facts.
look at it like this is why we say football is easier, because you can transfer to different positions. In basketball, if you were forward, it's gonna be hard to go play point guard. It's gonna be hard to go
Facts.
play shooting guard. Same thing with like I know a lot of people who be like, all right, they when they get to a freshman year, they be like, all right, what
Mm-hmm.
court are we kicking? And then you start
Facts.
looking at all these crazy athletes in basketball, because
Right.
basketball is a skill game, and you got to
Facts.
put
Absolutely.
hours and
Facts.
hours
Facts.
and hours
Facts.
in. And these dads, most of the time, it's dads making these decisions, and kids too. They say, all
Right.
right, is my baby like Mike? Is my baby like these players in basketball? Yeah, he can ball with them, but
Mm-hmm.
what's the likelihood he's gonna actually go be better than all these kids? But in
Right.
football, you don't have to be the best to go play football. We
I
can
thought.
put you somewhere.
Yep.
We can hide you
That's a
somewhere,
that's a
and you
fact.
can go play somewhere. That's why we say it's easier. You get a little speed, and then football players know they work out 1 time a day. One
Yep.
time a day. It ain't hard. I'm about to throw this weight up. I'm finna eat whatever I want. I don't have. It don't take a lot to be a football player, right? Yeah, it takes a
Mm-hmm.
lot of hard work. The superstars might work out twice a day, but you
Right.
know
Right.
the
Right.
average workout is one for football. The reason it's so hard in basketball because it's a mastery. You gotta master this skill. If you're a shooter, you gotta shoot every single day.
Yeah.
Not only shoot, you gotta master the skill of running. You gotta run. You gotta be in shape. Then you gotta learn how to play defense. Then you still gotta hit that weight room and play. It's just too much work. It's a lot of work to go play
I think
basketball.
it's more basketball is definitely more like intellectual type stuff. Like I ain't gonna say your IQ ain't gotta be
IQ.
high for football because it's a different type of IQ, right? But because like Ray Lewis, I feel like he's one of the best linebackers, but so he can read a play before it even happened. You know what I'm saying? Just like Chris Paul, he knows like different motions before they even happen. Like he know if I pass the ball here, he gonna make this pass to go here. So I just think like I don't want to say I just think it's basketball is harder because of the skill level, like the skill level of it. So yes, the numbers say it's way more opportunity in basketball, just based off because you go 2,000 times, let's say 15. They have a roster of 15. You know what I'm saying? Like that's let's see, 2,000.
And I don't want to negate from the fact. Like I think you
That's
pointed a
30
good
30,000 people.
yeah.
That's 30,000
Yeah,
scholarships. That's
the
they.
number's crazy. But like I'm not saying like you still have to work out in football. You can't because we had a kid that had just a chisel body, played basketball all 3 years of high school. His senior year, he gets ready to play football. And and the kind of the narrative was, oh, you get more opportunities, you ain't got to do. And this kid was like built like a linebacker. He
Mm-hmm.
goes to football his senior year, didn't know how didn't, the timing was off, like all that stuff. So you still got to work out in
Yeah, yeah, for
any craft
sure.
you have. You still got to perfect the craft. So like that doesn't. But what I'm speaking on is that he went there and he didn't even get the opportunity. He didn't get a scholarship in football. So he comes to us
Mm.
in November, and the kid gets 3 basketball opportunities from NAIA, a D2 JUCO, and a D1 JUCO. He had 3 opportunities coming in basketball late, and he probably would have got more. He was a big part of our run. Probably would have got more had he just like focused on his focus. And so, I mean, I think as anybody, if you're gonna go football, focus on your focus. If you're gonna go basketball, especially in the bigger school. Now you get a 2A, 3A, like when I was in high school, I played every sport
Right.
because we had to because it was. But this era with the mental psyche and everything going on, I think the barbershop talk Ed and I was talking about was just like coaches shouldn't put that extra stress on kids. Like if a kid wants to hoop, then like hey, don't tell them that hey, it's more opportunities. What the numbers just showed is not. The guys that's going to basketball or football or those skill positions. And so you're taking away a kid in the skill position with this narrative like, hey, you come over here, you're going to get more opportunities. No, it's 20. Yeah, it's more people. But the kid
Mm-hmm.
that you're getting They're only taking two players. They're only taking two players, and that's what. And you still got to know how to run routes, how to cut. You still got to perfect that stuff. You can't just go and say, okay, I'm 6'4", I'm a receiver, I'm gonna get a scholarship. No, you
I ain't
just
gonna lie though. If you running like a 4.5 or something like that, if you
They
running
gonna
like a 4,
find you a spot on that football team.
what?
they're gonna find you a spot. Yeah,
If
but
you got
you
speed,
still
they're
got to
going to
perfect.
find you a spot.
You still got to perfect your craft. You still got
Right.
to go over there and know the routes. You got to know what a post is, a post corner. You got to know when they're playing you with the bump and run. You got to know how to shed them off for you. You still gotta learn that craft.
Right,
So
for sure.
to get a scholarship, you still gonna have to be somewhat good. They ain't gonna just say, okay, he 4'4". Like there's been some guys that run some 4'4" that can't do nothing.
Right.
So you got to still teach it and
But
craft it. But the point of the matter I want to shy away from is the numbers don't lie. Like you still got opportunities in both if you perfect your craft and you worked on it. But don't let the high school should be a time where kids are enjoying it. And the kids that's good, the cream's gonna rise to the top. Like it's gonna
Right.
rise to the top. But like what we were talking about was just a narrative of what's being said to kids and parents that don't know. Like, oh man, football. And I coach football. I'm probably one of the few head coaches that's been a head football and basketball coach and been successful at both. But with the mental psyche going on, that's why we was talking. Like, don't put that in kids' heads and parents that hey, you got to play here because this is available for you. No, you can whatever you want to do. If you're great at it, the cream gonna rise to the top. So that's what I want. I don't want to negate from that. I wanted to kind of that
right.
was the foundational point of it. Like, there's nothing wrong with either sport,
Right.
but as a coach and as a leader, we shouldn't be saying to kids like, hey, there's more opportunities here when the numbers truly speaks
Yeah.
for itself.
So I
Like
look at it like what you trying to do because everything is different. Like if you just trying to get to a college, then you could take the chance on going for basketball. But I know
yeah,
like logically, like if I had a kid, because we had a kid back in our day, right? And
yeah,
he was the most athletic kid,
Ooh.
period, in Texas. He went all
okay,
American in football. He wasn't the best basketball player, but he was super athletic. He was a receiver, all American. But he stopped playing basketball and took freshman year, sophomore year, junior year to play football. He ended up being one of the top receivers in the country.
man,
Then after he got his secured that bag in basketball, football, he came back to basketball and did good, but he never got a scholarship in basketball. But this is why we say this because it it's not taken away from the sport, but it's like
Mm.
I think when people say this, we look at it like the kid. You gotta put the kid work ethic in it. And yeah, I'm not saying it's easy to make football, but it's
Right.
easier than basketball. Like you know how much stuff it takes to make because most kids not don't want to do the sprints or
Yeah.
don't want to run or
I ain't gonna lie,
don't
that
want to
heat
work
different
out
though.
too, huh?
That heat different though.
Yeah, then you oh no, that's man, we'll deal with that. Yeah, they'll deal with that. They'll deal with that. Like, cause they just trying to play. The Heat don't mind for the boys. You know, they got water, everything. And
Yeah.
like Ed said, the IQ of the game, like you gotta think, yeah, I can go study football, but I'm studying reads and stuff like this. And basketball, you got the offensive side, the defensive side, you got the coach's
Hmm.
lingo. It's so much like I'm not saying it's easy for football, but it's easier. And I think when people are saying that, we look at kids and say, all right, could you make a basketball team? Yeah, but how far are you gonna go in this sport? Like we being
Right.
honest, how far are you really gonna go in this basketball sport? Because like I always say, I can be good at basketball, and I think I'm the best in my city. And then I go run into Denton guy and be like, God damn, I thought I was the best in my city, but where the fuck
yeah,
they
yeah,
get
yeah.
these kids from?
Pretty
Or
good.
Hmm.
like Ed, I watched you play. I'm like, damn, Ed nice.
Hmm.
But then you got so many other people out there just nicer. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it's
There you go.
hard. It's
Yeah.
hard to be
And,
like, how far are you gonna go in basketball for sure? But
No,
football, you go look at a football roster. They playing these games right now. Go look at the sideline. They got damn near 100 kids on the sideline that's not even playing.
Playing facts.
listen,
They got a spot
you
for
gotta
you
realize
somewhere.
Hey.
Hey, and they out there
it's a
turned
number.
up too.
Because I'm gonna tell you like this, T. It's a numbers game for football. Like it's a numbers game. And the head count, even right now, like there's guys like throughout high school that's sitting on the sideline. It's number game, and that's just what it is. That's why it's 80. It's 22 positions, but they give 85 scholarships. Basketball only gives 15. So like the numbers right there just
Wait,
go
they
with
give 85?
they give 85. And
Bro,
right
what?
now,
Hold
over
Is
on.
that per school?
that's per school. That's the NCAA.
Okay.
85 scholarships are given to
Bro,
schools.
yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
That
Bro,
made a difference.
2,000 times 15 is 30,000, right? That's all the schools. JUCO all the way up D1. Bro, in football, bro, that's 660 schools times 85 is 56,100.
And so,
That's
But then I just want to
26,000
say this.
more.
do this right here. Do this right here.
Then you
Do
gotta
this
play
right here.
4 years. You gotta play. You gotta play. How
Yeah,
long you gotta stay in college for
yeah.
football?
So,
3?
it's-
So you
so check
guarantee
this.
the scholars, you guarantee the academic, like you gotta go to school. In
Yeah.
So,
football, they let you go. I mean, basketball, they let you go quick.
Yeah.
well, I mean, not in D1. Like those like so you got the head count sports, and then you got the regular D1 stuff. Like as you get down lower levels, the FBS is the only one like that. But everybody else they give like out of those 85, all of them are not full scholarships.
Right.
All of them are not
Mm.
full. So you
But
got you
still,
got
it's still an opportunity, still a spot.
no, it's still. I mean, kicker, special teams. Like we're talking about like basketball and football comparison. So let's stay with those forwards. So you go to that number. Let's go 2. You put 2 because they only giving 2 wide receivers and 1 quarterback every year. They only bring 1 quarterback in a year. Only
Okay.
1. So but we don't have any quarterback. I don't know many quarterback basketball players in high school.
Right.
I don't know many because they.
It's I mean, we got one in the DFW, the one that's Louisville.
Yeah, so it's not
But
many. It's not many.
that's a specialized, like he's saying, that's so specialized. If you don't play quarterback, yeah, I used to play quarterback.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
by the time I got to my sophomore year, I couldn't play quarterback no more because I didn't specialize in quarterback. Like
Mm.
you gotta be
Yeah.
specialized
Yeah.
in that position
Yeah.
for sure.
And like you said, to you about the kid that played 3 years and just said, "Hey, I'm pretty good at football," and he specialized in it. And then he said, "Okay, now I secured my bag. Let me go over here in basketball. I love it." We had a kid like what was it, Hayden Gunner? He plays for Stanford now. He's a rare, like one of those kids are rare.
Mm-hmm.
But he played basketball, football all throughout, and he went from like tight end because he was like 6'4" and freshman.
Mm-hmm.
Then he went to then he got slower because he got bigger. Then he went to D tackle. Then he went to O tackle. Then he got a scholarship to Stanford. And then he was like, "Coach," I was like, "Man, you need to stay over there." He said, "Coach," he said, "I love basketball." And so his Stanford football coach came to our basketball games. But like again, those kids are rare talents. But every kid is not going to be able to do both. So I think they should just focus on their focus, but just take away the narrative that there's more opportunities. The opportunities is what you work in. The work
Right.
works. So if you like the kid that did the 3 years and just devoted, then do it. But the kid that is like, okay, I love the high school experience. I want to get what comes with high school. Being a better individual. Being ready for the outside world, being a part of a team, stuff I need to work in the career sector. Everybody's not going to make it. That means 3%. So like every high school kid that you're looking at out there is not going to get a scholarship. Football, basketball, baseball, whatever. But for the rare ones, or the kids that can actually go both ways, or the kid that can probably this year I had a 6'3" freshman, but he was like 250. And he signed up for the part. But me being the coach, I went straight to. I said, "Hey, you might want to try this out, and then come back on October and see what it's working with." But I said,
Right.
but that's the type of guy I am. I'm not gonna say, "Man, come on, you stay here." Like, I slim you up. We're gonna run some cross country. Like, I'm gonna make
Yeah.
you like
That's a
so.
lot of dedication you got to do to it.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
the barbershop talk you and I had there was more on the lines of like, certain coaches like trying to take kids away and say, hey, this is the
And I think that's
opportunity.
more so like the prep school rap too as well.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. And,
it's
and
like
go ahead.
I was saying, like that's more so like the prep. I think like for basketball, it's such a popular sport. Like football is popular from an American standard, I guess you would say. But like basketball is like a universal. It's
Universal,
like
yeah.
it's universal. Like
Yeah.
basketball is so universal, bro. People get off work to go play basketball. People don't get off work to go play football.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you just got to be different to play. If you're not a high school athlete or college athlete, like at the end of the day, once you're done with football, you pretty much done with football, unless you have a kid that's in it. But basketball, you literally can just like you can play that for a long period of time.
So yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You know how many basketball players is on the football field?
Man,
Facts,
come on, man.
It's a lot of
facts,
for one person. Go look at
facts.
have y'all ever seen Travis Hunter highlights when he be in them open
Yes.
gyms and he
Yeah.
is fucking everybody up? He's just
But
like
you think but you think he a basketball player?
he can play basketball.
Okay, he can play. Okay,
You can play, yeah. Like, and
okay,
He can
that's
play.
okay.
that's those skill positions, like we saying, like those are the percentage that we're talking about. We ain't talking about the old tackles, the kickers, the punters. We're talking about those forwards that can
Right.
go both ways. And like you said, Hunter can do it. But like, let the kids have fun in high school, man, and just
Right.
enjoy them. Get the narrative away and say, hey, if you come football, the guys that's leaving basketball are going to those skill positions.
Yeah,
So like they're not
Coach.
going to be a tackle.
I
So
still
I got a
think like
question for you, Coach.
Go ahead, I
go
got
ahead.
you.
All right. Let's say you get a kid, 6'3",
Mhm.
nice size. He never played football, never played basketball before. And he want to go to college. He just want a free education. Which sport would you push him to?
What
What grade?
grade? What
What grade?
grade?
He a sophomore. Let's say he a sophomore. He
Oh
got
yeah, I'm
2 years left in high school.
gotta go football. Gotta go
He's
football.
6'3".
You see what I'm saying?
He's
Gotta go
6'3".
football.
Yeah, I'll be 6'3". What would you say? 6'3".
About
Like,
6'3", let's say 185.
oh, oh.
Oh, that mean he's slim.
Yeah,
He
he
put him
can
on
do
football.
both. He
Put him
can
on
do
football.
both. Sophomore year, he can do. Sophomore year, see what he's working with. Let him start off and get a little physicality. I use him as a kind of power forward because he probably can't shoot if he ain't played nothing. And so, but I'll at that point play both. And just play both.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it.
I
If
would,
you got to your
I would
sophomore
say
year,
this.
go ahead.
I would say this. If he like that, like you would check him out, right? If he just got that because you got people who got that natural feel for basketball. And at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, them be the ones who really pan out. The ones like who just got that natural feel. So
Right,
I'll
right,
check
right.
him out and see if he got that natural feel. But if he coming out there dribbling like this, now all right, this gonna take 2 years to develop his handles.
Yep.
If he, like you said, if he can't shoot, it's gonna take 2 or 3 years just to develop a shot.
Yeah.
That's facts.
If he
Facts.
lazy, we always look at. I
There you go.
always look
That's
at
the number
this:
one.
is the kid lazy? If you
Mm,
lazy, like if he just be like, "Yeah, coach, I'll wake up early in the morning and get these workouts
Yeah.
in." Yeah, coach,
Mm-hmm.
I'll come back at 12. All right, coach. Yeah, I do it late. All right, we could do something in basketball. But most kids are lazy. Not being mean, but they just
Yeah,
naturally
yeah,
lazy.
yeah, yeah.
Hey,
So I'm like,
Coach,
okay, football just might be because I can put you on this weight program. We're gonna put you on these
yeah,
sleds. We're gonna get you on
yeah,
these bleachers. We're gonna make you faster, teach you how to tackle, might teach you how to run a little route, an out route. We can figure it out in football. You
yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Especially if he athletic.
So T,
Especially if
I
you're
mean, I'm
athletic.
a little different on that. Like, I think you touched on a very, I mean, that blows it out the water. Is he lazy? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a kid that's like, like we got some kids that one very talent that's like really put the work in, and just
Mm-hmm.
That KD thing just goes. So I think if any kid invests in it, like the kid like you talked about a while ago, that invested 3 years of like, I'm gonna focus on my focus, and he killed it. And then my fourth year, like, hey, that's what I'm gonna do. So like if a kid is busting his butt, I think anything's possible. I mean, but there's opportunities in both. Like when it's both, when you got the chance for both sports, I think if you invest in basketball, you can do it. I think if you invest in football, you can do it. And we got examples on both. I have a kid that played played football in middle school, got an offer for a basketball school, but he was a quarterback at 6'3". And I mean he was good. Quarterback at 6'3" as an eighth grader. He when he got that first scholarship to Oklahoma State, he decided to devote everything into the basketball. Now he loved football. The kid was physical because he played middle linebacker. And then the same thing flipped 3 years later. After 3 years, his senior year, well, no, 2 years, because then he get a Vanderbilt offer. Then he just goes crazy. His junior year, he decides to play football because he's like, okay, I got it. He plays defensive tackle, becomes an all-state defensive tackle, becomes a McDonough All-American nominee. And this past year as a freshman, he led the conference in rebounding as a freshman and was number 3 in the nation. But again, that goes back to the hard work and that he focused on his focus. And after that first offer, now if the offer would have came from football in the 8th, 9th grade, then it would have been different. But it didn't.
Right.
Just like the kids you said, and it goes back to what you've been saying, the work works. So I think any kid that invests in whatever their craft is, they're going to be successful. But again, going back to Ed and our barbershop talk, don't put the narrative that is more in one, because the kids is coming. That kid that plays in basketball, is the leading rebounder. He was a forward, and in football, he was a skilled position, like a receiver. In 8th grade, he was a quarterback. When he came in his junior year, he was a receiver and a D tackle. And he was 6 at that point. And like now, that's transcended. They help both. They complement both. But the narrative of there's more opportunities is not.
26,000 more.
No, but you saying you're still speaking in whole, like kickers.
Let me ask a question.
We're talking about the forwards and the receivers, tight end. Like you just said with Travis Hunter. That's
so how many?
Yeah.
So DBs is probably the most. DBs is probably the most position that has the most, like they bring in the most, because DBs is like on rotation. Then receivers is probably. I think receivers the second most position that's recruited. It's DBs. I think they bring in like it's like 70. I think it's like 7 DBs on the team.
So let me ask you a question.
Let me pose another question to you before you say something to you. So the skill position. Let's go through the skill position. If you add up all the skill positions.
So we're not counting quarterbacks. No quarterbacks.
I was gonna say that we're not counting quarterbacks. You count receivers, tight ends.
Yep.
What the DBs,
linebackers,
all those skill linebackers. They don't add up to 15. Basketball provides 15.
So it's 3 linebackers. So it depends on what formation you use in and stuff like that. But regardless,
you saying that, but you also got to look at all the cold basketball players that's not going for that shit. Like we used to have mindset. Hey, you not in the gym with me, dog. You not. It's nothing. Hey, when you came to that hoop session, right? You remember the big ass dude you got into it?
Yeah.
He a DB. He one of those dudes who just think he good. And I was telling him, we hooping. I'm like, bro, you a football player. It ain't nothing you can do on this court. I was like, you can't move like this. And he talking crazy, and I'm busting his ass. I'm like, bro, I already know how you move. It's nothing you can do with me. You practice football every day. We practice basketball. Every day. I'm not going for that shit. My pride won't let me to lose to you.
Real quick. So somebody put on there, why we not counting everything? So I'm just we talking basketball, football.
Right.
And so
you ain't talking to 300-pound dudes.
Because they ain't gonna make it on the court.
None of those 300-pound dudes are on the basketball court.
Right.
Look, college, NBA. Look, like there's no 300-pound guys. Like we don't lift the same. We don't condition the same. Like our body types are different. So the body type. Look at the body type of a basketball player. Which one of those are the football player? And that's the DBs, the receivers. Maybe some linebackers in some high schools, but the DBs, receivers, those are the ones that play basketball.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Like so when you add those up and the kid is kind of contemplating and ain't got an offer yet, like you can't tell that kid that there's more because it's not because there's only taking 2 receivers a year. They're only taking 2, but they're taking like 5 or 6 forwards every year, and that's the
Somebody
number.
said kids that play football suck with it early too. Just couldn't get with that. That's true.
That's facts. That's facts.
Yeah,
That
my
right, kids.
uncle, my uncle had 3 kids, and he used to always.
That's
And
benches
I'm telling
experience.
you,
I like
he.
that.
This is when Tyler first came out, and he took his
Uh huh.
kid. And verify this with Tyler. Verify this with anybody in Dallas. My uncle was paying Tyler Ralph damn near $500,000 to train his kids. Like I'm talking about
Mm-hmm.
training, basketball. He played on Team Texas, Team Titans. He played on all that. And by the
Right.
time he got to high school, he said, man, these ain't gonna be nothing in basketball, but they was good. They
Right.
was
Right. Right.
getting
Right.
ranked, they was
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
good.
yeah,
But he
yeah.
said they not gonna be nothing because they lazy, they doing this, they doing this. He put them in football, but they played football too their whole life. He took that energy and put them in football. They all went D1 in football. But this was my question.
There you go.
If we talking about the NIL deals, what sport is easier to go get a bag in?
Football.
Because now you
That's a
got to
fact.
think. If
That's
I
a
want to
fact.
go get a real bag,
Yeah,
if I want to go get some
But
money or try to
it
bro.
make it
goes
to the
back to
league,
and it
I
goes back to
just
what
seen.
you're saying.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go
I
ahead. Go
said
ahead.
I just seen a post that display how much each position make. Like I think the quarterback was the highest, and then like D tackles was like edge rushers or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what post it was on. I don't know if I say that joint or not, but it went through like um, every position on based on how much it is. And I think that's harder for basketball. Like unless you just go to an all basketball college where it ain't no football team because they give so much money in football because of the positions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
And ain't no dispute on that. Football got way more money, way more like you know what I'm saying. It's that part ain't But what we saying like it's an all state. What's that? All state shooting. Like say for instance with LeBron, there's video clips of LeBron like just
right?
killing it. Allen Iverson just killing it. But
mm-hmm.
once he devoted, and it goes back to the hard work, dedication. When you focus and zone, a real good athlete focus and zones in, like it's over. Like it's over. The scholarship don't even. But those guys,
AI did not focus. AI was just dog.
that's what I'm saying. But he
Yeah,
like
that's a rare
he was just
breed.
yeah, like you know what I'm saying. Like he once he, but
AI said
Like
he
you said,
loved football. He loved football way more than he loved basketball. He
he
was just
did
a dog. Like,
exactly. So like what I'm saying, like those type of people that just like is rare. So but for those kids, it's like the tweeters, like they just
mm-hmm.
go, then
so
you just like okay, like hey, look, wherever you devote the most in, like you're on the bubble, you're on the bubble, but look, hey, devote a little bit more in this, and then just have those honest conversations, like
right.
and as we talked around here, the kids that's actually devoted to whatever sport they did, those are the ones that's been successful. It's not like because they were like, and I guarantee you they weren't thinking my opportunity is greater here. It's greater on the fact of what I'm working on. And that's
Mm-hmm.
how those guys got to where they were. Just like the kid I had that went to Stanford or the kid that was getting the Vanderbilt offer. They chose to devote on what they wanted to vote and focus on their focus. And so, I mean, it's football like greater money, greater opportunities. But I mean, like Ed, like you said earlier, like after the ball goes flat for everybody, then
Right.
what's next? And you still got over 40 leagues. You got the big three where people still playing the game. There ain't no over 40 leagues for football. And so, but the numbers don't lie, man. Like those skill positions are the same forwards, receivers, DBs,
Mm-hmm.
linebackers. Want to say it, but look at the body type of a basketball player in college, high school, and then look at those same body types on the football field. And when you do that, then you can see okay, what's the numbers add up to?
Mm-hmm.
What's the percentage of that position? And then it goes into, am I willing to work for it? Am
Right.
I willing to be? I know it's only 2 positions open, and I'm going to be a receiver, and I'm leaving football. I'm leaving basketball. let me devote into it and watch what happens. I'm gonna get a scholarship in football. But when
Right.
you got
Ed,
lazy
do,
shit, go ahead.
Ed, was you
Mm.
around when because I know
I
you
like
from
that.
East Texas, was you around when Kendall Wright was coming through? You know Kendall Wright from Pittsburgh?
Boy, do I.
Oh my gosh. So you know how crazy he was, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He
Word.
Yeah.
could have played football and basketball,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but he made it to the league in football. We had a conversation. He knew he wasn't gonna make it to the league in basketball. Like he knew, but he was cold. He was
Oh,
cold in
he said
basketball.
he wasn't gonna make it to. He told you.
Yeah, he knew. Yeah, he knew because bro, it's just he said I can dominate in football. Like it's nobody else is gonna dominate these positions better than me in football. In
Mm.
basketball, you got 100 more people that's gonna dominate that same position.
Yeah. Look, I just saw the kid. Somebody just said DNs. DNs are the kid that at the Vanderbilt offer. He was a DN, all state.
Mm.
So like
Yeah,
DNs are like
I agree with that.
you get some good ones like that. Javon Kersey, like them jokers. You build like them. But you know
But
Charlie Ward.
I think that's
You know
considered. I
Charlie
think that's
Ward.
considered. I think that's considered. DNs is almost considered like outside linebackers in a sense now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, like edge rushers. Those edge rushers. So they are like athletic for sure. Move good.
You
So
got to
you ever hear of
run.
Charlie Ward?
Mm-hmm.
You ever heard, so Charlie Ward? Of course, people that don't know won the Heisman in football. Didn't Charlie Ward win the Heisman in football?
Mm-hmm.
And he went and played for the New York Knicks. But those guys are rare. But
Right.
that's one of the last guys I remember playing
Yeah.
football and basketball at that QB position. Like that's the only one I can think about the top of my head. But it's possible. But
Mm-hmm.
the narrative is what I'm trying to bring to light for all the parents that probably be thinking it, that have like a
Mm-hmm.
second kid and like, well, my chances are greater. Well, if he's playing receiver, it's actually greater in basketball.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm not mad at. I'm not mad at. I just think like I do think it's easier in a sense as far as like intellectual skill because you can be a pure breed athlete, like the bro said, Kendall Wright. Like, bro was good. He was an athlete.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Athlete.
Crazy.
You can't just be athletic on the basketball court. You can be just athletic on the football field and have a great career.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Especially in high school and college. But you gotta be more skilled when you're making it to that if you're trying to go to the NFL, you gotta be more skilled at your position. But you could be more faster than a lot of people in college. You could be more physical than a lot of people in college, in high school. But in basketball, like the higher you go, the more intellectual skill you gotta have. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be more athletic in high school, but you can't necessarily be more athletic in people in college. Like you gotta be more mental wise and IQ wise in college.
And that's what I was gonna say. Then you also, and I don't want to be mean. I hate to say this, but then I hate to say this.
Let it out, man. Let it out.
You gotta look at the IQ, not just the sport IQ, but the overall IQ of the person. How smart is he in life? Most boys are illiterate.
He said he ripped the Band-Aid off first. He ripped the Band-Aid off first. He said it was...
So now you gotta be like, all right, you might not be ready for basketball. You gotta
So
go
you
play.
tell me Forrest gonna play basketball?
Nah, hit boy. hey, hey, but I put this ball in your hand and tell you to run. A lot of folks, because in my mind, have you talked to an elite football player? They just they only know football. They only know this.
Yeah.
What you want me to do? Get it and run, or what they used to get when you were young? See ball, get ball.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
See ball, get ball. Go tackle.
Right.
Tackle. You know what I'm saying? So that's how. Not all, but
I know who I can't sit next to in church. It's gonna have me cracking up.
But because I also you gotta put that in place because it's like, all right, because basketball is so fast Coach, you know how it is. You could be talking, boom, boom, and you be like, damn, did you hear anything I just said? And they looking
Man.
dead at you, and you like,
Yeah.
is he? But in football, it's not none of that. Like, bro, in football, they could be running plays, and the plays are colors. 2 red, and they already know 2 red mean
They got the band on
Mm,
your
they
yeah,
got the band on your arm. You don't need
yeah,
much.
yeah,
And I'm gonna tell you the truth. Back in Baylor, when Baylor was winning those games, Kendall Wright wasn't. They was illiterate. Like, not being mean, they didn't know how to. They didn't know the play. So it was RG3, Kendall Wright, and they'll call the play, and then RG be like, or they'll somebody
what?
tell Kendall Wright to play. Hey, run a post. I bet. Like, it wasn't like it wasn't a high IQ thing for them.
Yeah.
And it's not the
mm,
only thing. It's so easy to blend in football. So that's why I always
yeah.
say you got
I
to
feel
put
you.
those into effect too, because you
I
might not know
I
how to
like
run
where you went.
plays.
I like where you went on that. Well, shoot, Jalen Suggs was All American. Of course, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, he was gold. Yeah, he
I
was
didn't know that.
gold. Mm-hmm.
Okay, hey, good point. Whoever that was.
Yeah, yeah. But
No, but okay. Yeah,
it's like I said, it's possible to do both. I just think from a skill wise, like it's easier for football, and I think that's why people will say, "Oh, come over here and let's go play football," like because it's easier. You know what I'm saying? Like not easier as far as like making it easier as far as like getting you in some action, like getting you on the field. Like go, let's be honest, Mike. Like coach, let's say for instance you got a 4 that really ain't skilled, and I guess you could say they could just run the floor rebound for you, but what's the chances of them getting to the next level? You know what I'm saying? Depending on their height or whatever the case may be.
I mean, it's
Because they could be dominant in high school.
well, defensive rebound get you on the court. Like so, if you're a 6'4" defensive monster, I mean, it's a D2 school, maybe even a mid major that'll take a chance on you. You know, we got that right now, but I mean, if they're like Dennis Rodman, like if you're saying, because
Mm-hmm.
those 6'4" guys like that, I kind of turn into like a defense rebounding monster. And those are
Mm-hmm.
the ones that like that he could be really successful. We actually got one like that. They should
Mm-hmm.
be a really cold receiver. They got a chance to do some really good things in football this year, and he's a
Right.
junior. But he's a thoroughbred, and that kid's and he's got a high intelligence, high IQ
Mm-hmm.
on both basketball and football. So those type of kids are like they're rare, and the work ethic. He's not lazy. That
Right.
kid can actually go do some stuff, and I really think that kid can go and get something really big in football. I think he can be a high D1 football player. Now, can he get a scholarship in basketball? Yes. Can he get a
Mm-hmm.
scholarship in basketball? But that type of kid will be really good in football. Like he would really make some bang for his buck in football. And I wouldn't be the one saying, man, come on. No, just go get your bag like your kid went for 3 years and then come back.
Got you.
But I
But
mean, I
yeah.
think, but we know, look, like you said, like Trav, but we do know if I think of like if LeBron James would have played like they show like that's hard to stop a 6'6", 6'7" receiver. You
Right.
know, that's hard to stop. Like some go routes and you gotta adjust to that, and then your run game get a little better. But so it's no question. It was just more the narrative of educating people more of like, hey, dive deep into it if your kid's on the bubble and look and expand before you just say, hey, no, it's more opportunities. No, the kids that's going football are low skill, like some people on the show said, DNs, receivers, and Jalen Suggs in the most like rare
So
occasion quarterback. But
last question, then we can get off. How long do you give a kid an opportunity to make it in either sport before it be like, we gonna go this route?
I think I'm with T on this. If the kid works hard for our program, you've seen us. If a kid's working hard, dedicated, showing up early, all that type of stuff, the work works. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna keep that kid in the program. Like that kid's staying around. and if it's one of those kids like a 6'4", and I see the kid can, like the kid this year, the 6'4" that we was just saying,
Mm-hmm.
that kid did not want to play football. And my staff was like, Coach, what are you thinking? We just went to the Sweet 16. Like, and he did not want to play. Like, he played AAU, everything. And I told him, I said, man, I think you got a shot in football. We got a good coach. We got some high expectations. I say he's got connection that can really get you somewhere further than I can get you. Now I can get him a scholarship, but that kid, and he can be a really good receiver. He plays receiver now. And so, but I give the kid a chance. They're a hard worker. They're not lazy. They're doing what they're like. He's got a shot to go to another level.
Gotcha.
In either one he picks. Like, but for football, he definitely can be a high major D1 athlete.
Got you.
So that's so I give the kid, depending on their work ethic,
Gotcha.
a little more time.
Gotcha. I say by sophomore year, after that first year of high school, like freshman year, see what you did. You didn't, it's different. It's different. Rule by sophomore, we gotta go specialize in something. We have to like pick something.
Yeah.
And like he's saying, you just got it's different. You got to know the kid, know what make the kid drive, what push them. But by sophomore year, I'm telling kids like, all right, this probably won't. This probably be better. This probably be better. That's I say about. But I agree with you, Coach. Like you gotta just really know the kid, and you gotta get the feel for the kid, because anything can happen. And I wouldn't push a kid out of basketball if they had a chance. Like you got a chance, but it's also like, what do you want to do with this? Do you just want to go to a college? We can get you to a college, but do you want to do something spectacular? Then this probably be the sport. And I'll say this before we get off.
Right.
And tell me, Coach Mike, if you agree to this. All football boys should go through summer training football workouts. Not necessarily like the strong powerlifting workout, but they should learn how to do cone drills like football DBs. They should learn how to be outside like the football players and get those. Those are the best workouts for agility, coordination.
Hey, we actually use the football workout, what we do. And I tell you what, I agree with you, because the kid that led the conference in rebounding, man, that football stuff, he was totally different. And so like now a lot of coaches in basketball say, dang, these kids are soft. I think every kid freshman year should go and just go through it. And then once you say, okay, this ain't for me. I got hit one time. I did the Oklahoma drill one time. This ain't me. But I think every kid should go through it, experience everything. But like saying barbershop wise, but don't be on that narrative when you see a kid that can potential and say, hey, we got more opportunities. It's opportunities everywhere if you put the work in.
Right.
Yeah. That's a fact. Yeah. Well, yeah, man. Appreciate y'all hopping on, man. We'll be back Thursday, top of the morning. Listen, man, we got the original Trey. Had a guest, Z, enjoying life right now. He'll be back next week. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Until next time, we out. Y'all have a good day.
I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.